Coming up here on this edition of the San Francisco 49ers Report, my name is Chase Sr. We have some more Brandon Aiyuk trade buzz to get to. The New England Patriots, are they going to make a deal for BA? And also, we're going to go through some Brock Purdy stats, which are going to blow your mind. They are absolutely wild, so stay tuned for that because you don't want to miss it. As for Brandon Aiyuk potentially getting dealt to New England, here's why the Patriots could want Brandon Aiyuk. They have absolutely no wide receiver talent. Kendrick Bourne currently is their number one, not a number one wide receiver in the NFL, and they want to get a legitimate weapon on the outside for Drake May. I know Brandon Aiyuk's stock is down, but he was an all-pro back during the 2023 season and analytically one of the top wide receivers in the game. New England also is trying to follow what the Commanders are doing, what the Texans are trying to do, and take advantage of rookie quarterbacks who are cost-controlled assets on their rookie deals where they're making a fraction of the money of what they're going to make when they sign contract extensions. And so Drake May has 4 years left on that rookie deal, which means the New England Patriots are going to have a lot of money to spend. They've bulked up that defense in free agency. Now they have to do the same on the offensive side of the football. New England had a lot of interest in Aiyuk last year. In fact, they offered him more money per year than the San Francisco 49ers. BA just didn't want to go there. He wanted to stay with San Francisco, and he still got $30 million per season, and New England has money to spend. Now, from the Niners' standpoint, they do want to get younger. They want to shed money. Jed York is reevaluating some of the decisions that the Niners are making as an organization after spending $333 million last year, which was more than any team across the entire NFL. And trading away Brandon Aiyuk could be a way to clear up some more dollars to give them financial relief and save some money in the future. Greg Bedard, well-known Patriots writer for the Boston Sports Journal, said this: just like last offseason, I still believe in my bones that the Patriots will find that receiver via a trade. Among the likes of A.J. Brown and Brandon Aiyuk, the latter is the best option given the fire sale in San Francisco, but he won't be ready until at least midseason after major knee surgery last year. Of course, T. Higgins is now off the market as the Bengals shockingly paid both receivers. Maybe I'm naive when it comes to the Patriots and the offense. Maybe I'm a sucker, but I'm not going to bury them yet. And let me also state for the record that I love what they've done on defense. They pounced, if not overpaid, for impact players on all three levels that completely fit what Mike Vrabel wants to do on defense with disruption, speed, and flying to the ball. Defensive tackle Milton Williams, defensive end Harold Landry, linebacker Robert Spillane, and cornerback Carlton Davis. Even Kayvon Chason, Marcus Epps, and Kairos Tonga are good role players with some upside. I do have to say, I like what the Patriots have done. And I like the hiring of Mike Vrabel. When I was listening to him at the NFL Combine, he was a very successful coach with the Tennessee Titans. He knows what it takes to win in this league, to build a culture, to maximize his defense. And those Tennessee Titans teams were really good. I mean, shoot, he got a number one seed with Ryan Tannehill as the quarterback. And when he was at the NFL Combine, he was talking about how we need to be aggressive. We need to take advantage of Drake May being on that rookie contract. And Mike Vrabel knows the Patriots way. And so a good hiring there in bringing him in after last year's disaster. And then I like what the Patriots have done in free agency. I do not like their wide receiver skill talent at all. Kendrick Bourne, Mac Hollins, it's just not good enough at the wide receiver spot. So that's why the Patriots are a realistic destination for a player like Brandon Aiyuk, especially with some of these other wide receivers either not being realistic, in my opinion, like A.J. Brown, or not being available, like T. Higgins. And if you're the 49ers and you want to reset, trading Brandon Aiyuk makes sense. I know that he was terrific alongside Brock Purdy in 2023, but with the contract coming off that injury, if you can get rid of that deal and free yourselves of that risk moving forward because you don't know if he's going to be the same player, I would think about it. And I've been one of the biggest Brandon Aiyuk fans and stands over the last several years. A few years ago, I was saying I'd rather have BA than a player like CD Lamb. I think he's the more complete guy, drops less balls, better run blocker, like his toughness a little bit more. But obviously now, there's no doubt, his stock unquestionably down. What the Niners do have to do, there is a roster bonus due on April 1st, so they have to make a decision, in my opinion, before that. They also have to make a decision, which is what they didn't do last year, before the NFL draft. Now, you look at the highest paid wide receivers per year, and this Aiyuk contract has the possibility of not aging well at all because he's behind Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You would take all of those players over Brandon Aiyuk, and he's ahead of Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, and Jalen Waddle. Aiyuk at his peak belongs in that category. But Aiyuk, if he's not able to return to that form coming off a really, really severe injury, that could really handicap San Francisco. And if it handicaps San Francisco, it does alter or at least put a dent in their plans a little bit to have an organizational reset on the fly and build through the draft. Should the Niners trade Brandon Aiyuk to the Patriots? That is today's poll question. Let me know what you're thinking about this topic here down in the comment section. Type T for trade or P for pass. Our friends at Fanatics, they have a great deal for you. This Niners polo was $80, now only $43. You can get it right now. Look good, feel good, baby. That's the motto at chatsports.com/49polo. That'll redirect you to Fanatics. You use that link to make a purchase, and Fanatics knows that the 49ers Report and Chat Sports sent you. All right, to the back half of the show. These Brock Purdy stats that I'm about to break down are wild. Warren Sharp released some really interesting Brock Purdy metrics that might surprise you a little bit. You think of Brock Purdy as having a weak arm. He can't throw the long ball. But how about this? Purdy on go routes, also known as a vertical or a 9 route. Number 1 in go route accuracy and efficiency since 2023. Only 9% of those passes have been incomplete for Purdy due to accuracy. That is number 1. So he has an underrated deep ball, and he's accurate with it. More so, look at these go route rankings among all quarterbacks, 49 of them since 2023. He's number 1 in success rate at 59%. He's number 1 in yards per attempt at 17.2. Number 1 in completion rate at 58%. Number 2 in EPA per attempt. And that's among in a class with and alongside a lot of quarterbacks across the NFL. So there's this chatter. Purdy's small. He has a weak arm. One thing I've always said, he's thrown an accurate deep ball and an underrated deep ball. Late last year, it escaped him a little bit because the accuracy was a little bit off. But those are numbers starting in 2023, and it's an underrated element to his game. And that's why I think it's important for the Niners to try to find that deep ball wide receiver. Can it be Ricky Pearsall? Can it be Jacob Cowing? Probably factored into their signing of Demarcus Robinson, who slipped past the defense on some of these long balls last year for the Los Angeles Rams. If Brandon Aiyuk does come back, that connection between him and Purdy on the deep throw was very lethal in 2023. The question of the offseason, though, of course, will the Niners sign Purdy to a long-term, big money deal? Why for yes and for no?